After years of surfing the internet and watching YouTube clips, I've come to the realization that I'm not an angry guy. I don't scream at developers, fly off the handle, or get so worked up that my heart's on the verge of exploding. I stay calm and level-headed. With a name like Too Angry to Space, I was concerned that AK-84C's debut action game would be better suited for critics prone to hyperventilating. Thankfully, I was wrong. Silly name aside, this is a brand new action game inspired by classic platforming shoot-'em-ups from the 1990s. You play a cosmic marine named Red Madsen, who will need to fight through 14 stages in order to rid his base of space invaders. It's a straightforward mission that harkens back to games like Metal Slug, Contra, and Turrican. Each level is large and wide open, giving us a lot of room to explore as we search around for the exit gate. The goal is to scour the area for colored key cards that will open up doors and allow our hero to continue his adventure. These cards are often hidden in out-of-the-way locations, forcing Red Madsen to discover every nook and cranny in a mad rush to save the base. This usually requires navigating past floating platforms, avoiding the aliens' deadly traps, and fighting huge boss creatures. There's a simplicity to the formula that extends far beyond the setup. Too Angry to Space is not the kind of action game where you level up the hero and give him new abilities. It's a no-frills platforming shooter where you shoot down aliens and save the day. Nothing more, nothing less. About the deepest this action game gets is allowing the player to switch between 4 different weapons, including a typical assault rifle, rocket launcher, and shotgun. If the game's very own description is to be believed, Too Angry to Space was designed for those looking to relax with some laid-back action. Yet, that's certainly not the game I played. While the first few stages are no big deal, the difficulty quickly ramps up. This is especially true of the boss battles, which include characters that can kill our hero in a single strike. Too much of this game is designed around slowly clearing out stages and staying out of trouble, not the kind of activities that help me relax. The gimmick here is that Too Angry to Space can be played with only one hand, freeing the user to hold a beer or play a second one-handed game. While I appreciate the emphasis placed on simple controls, I don't recommend going through the 14 stages using only one hand. The game requires too much precision to be played that way, and I found that life got a lot easier when playing with the standard gamepad. But the big problem here is that Too Angry to Space isn't especially original. You've seen most of what this game offers, and it never does anything to stand out from 30 years worth of run-and-gun action. I also found the stages to be bland, with the same type of uninspired backgrounds littering every level. And even with the controller making everything better, I still ran into some gameplay issues that left a bad taste in my mouth. I really wish this game wasn't designed with one-handed play in mind, as the compromises end up hurting the shoot-'em-up mechanics. Too Angry to Space is a promising debut from a young developer. It doesn't do anything you haven't seen countless times before, and the control isn't always as precise as I would have liked, but it gets most of the fundamentals right and does a good job of mimicking the 1990s action games I grew up with. Just don't go in expecting a relaxing time and space, because this fast action shooter is anything but laid back. Hey, thanks for watching our review. This is the start of what promises to be a very busy week. The real world intruded on me last week, so I was forced to push a lot of reviews and crib sheet previews. All that is coming in the next few days, so get ready for some days where I double up on the content. I'm also going to be posting Nintendo Power's worst reviewed movie games on Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. We already covered Nintendo Power's best reviewed movie games, so check that out if you haven't already. Anyway, I recommend you click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.